Hey, what's up everybody? It's Michael with the Sunset Single Player. Thanks so much for being patient with me as I got some more content rolled out and ready to go for the channel. And last video, if you missed it, was all about my Control video review on the PlayStation 5. And today I'm throwing up some Last of Us Part 2 Survivor gameplay with Ellie on the PS5. And keep in mind, we haven't gotten the native PS5 patch yet for the game, so this gameplay is captured with HDR running at 30 frames per second. Hopefully once the update is ready, we can play this game at 60 and have lots more content for you guys. But for now, it's just some Survivor gameplay with Ellie. Just want to show you guys a little bit about the game in case you missed it. And Last of Us Part 2 was my game of the year for 2020. I love this game a lot. I think what they did with the storytelling definitely grew on me over time. But from a gameplay perspective, I do think this game probably has the best gameplay on the system, especially from a third-person shooting type of perspective. There's so many items that you can use and craft at your disposal, and on the higher difficulties, you really do have to be cognizant of what you have and make a plan and strategize and not waste anything, otherwise you will die very, very soon. This little section here, I'm pretty sure this is still Seattle Day 1 is Ellie, and we're just making our way through the school and eliminating some of these wolf patrols. And you'll notice the first guy, I actually used a brick and my hammer to take him out, so I didn't have to use any bullets. And on Survivor difficulty, you definitely want to make use of stealth, like you'll see right here, just so you can save that ammo for the more intense fights that include both wolves and infected in this case. And there's Dina, she's ready to go. We're just ready to get on out of this school. First, I think I'm going to do a little bit of exploring just to try to find some additional ammo and resources. And that's another thing. If you're playing on Survivor and Grounded, you really have to be thorough and explore your environments, pick up any bottles and any rags and materials you might see just to give yourself a better shot at survival. If you really do just try to rush through the game on the higher difficulties and just skip through the areas without scavenging, you're going to be in for a real rude awakening later when the combat sections just get more intense, especially once you get into Seattle Day 2 as Ellie, I would say. I feel like Seattle Day 2 is Ellie is probably the most challenging section in the entire game. And this is coming from me, someone who's just beaten the game on Survivor and has plans to upload a lot more Survivor clips soon. Then again, once the update's ready, I do want to start a Grounded playthrough at 60 frames per second. Hopefully, if they can get that update rolled out with a higher frame rate, similar to what they've done with Ghost of Tsushima and God of War, I think this game with a fresh coat of paint will be really, really well done. But that's not to say it's not amazing as is already. I do think that even at this 30 frames per second PS4 version being played on a PS5, it's still a really, really fun, adrenaline-filled, and high-quality experience. I also thought the subtle improvements they made to the upgrades to both your weapons and your character through supplements and gears were really well done in this game. You'll see that splotch of blood on the wall, just really detailed and gruesome environments. And here as we come up on this high grass, you'll see a really cool stealth segment that didn't go as planned. You'll see what happens here in a moment, but I have to say that the stealth in the game is phenomenal. I love how you can go prone. It's really well done. It controls really great. And just use all these items and different weapons at your disposal. And there you'll see I just chucked a Molotov, surprised 3 of these wolves, run in with the hammer, stab the guy on fire there. And of course I forgot about this one and got shot. Survivor really isn't very forgiving, guys, but that's alright. At this point we'll move over into another section of the game. So at this point we are in Seattle Day 2 as Ellie, so a little bit further on in the main story here. No spoilers in this section either. I do just want to run through a little bit of gameplay with you guys and just show you a really funny part of the game to me in this garage where you can actually find a safe. So if you guys are around Seattle Day 2 and want some extra ammo or resources, just keep in mind there is a safe in this garage over here, and I'll show you how to get to it. One thing I love about this game, and something I think they greatly improved upon the original, is just the variety in environments and the ability to just fully explore these dilapidated buildings and shops. Like right now we're in a tattoo parlor, there's a liquor store across the street, there's a pet store, a bike shop in this area, just really unique parts of Seattle that are really, really well done from an environmental art standpoint. But here's the safe that you want to find. So if you just run back to this garage and move the dumpster out of the way, you just want to be careful because a lot of infected rush out. And unfortunately I didn't get it on gameplay, but on another one of my deaths, I actually got a 4-hit collateral rifle shot here, so really crazy. And I was able to take out 4 of them with just 1 bullet, but unfortunately I only got 2 there. And you do just want to evade these guys. L1, I think, is a really good button for gameplay in just terms of dodging out of the way. And all I had at this point left was a trap mine, and I just laid that and blew them to absolute pieces. I think it took a little bit of damage out of Ellie as well, but better than dying and having to restart from the checkpoint. So once you take all those infected out, you do want to go over to the safe. And I believe the note for the code of the safe is found in the bike shop. I could be mistaken though, but just take note of the number I type in, and this is the code you want in order to gain access to these extra bullets and materials. I forget what else exactly is in the safe, but I'm sure it might depend on the difficulty as well. I think they might have given me a little bit less since I'm on Survivor as opposed to someone on a lower difficulty. And we do get a holster in the safe, which is good if you don't have the shotgun holster yet. That's definitely something you want to make use of in your adventure throughout the rest of the game. And this is what I mean by Survivor and the higher difficulties just being brutal. You don't really get much. Like, even when you find a safe, you really just get a bullet or 2 here and there to help you out. There's a couple sections of the game they help you out more, but overall you're really just hoping to stay silent and kind of make your way through certain sections. Like on this playthrough, for example, I didn't even kill every single enemy. There were entire sections of the game I kind of just slinked by and went prone and hid in the grass and went by just to avoid certain enemies rather than risk dying with very little materials and bullets at my disposal. So at this point, if you go over into the liquor store, if you want kind of a fun combat optional challenge that I really recommend. I just love the combat in the game and fighting the infected in the game, so this is definitely something I recommend checking out. Although you don't have to do it, you can actually go down in the basement of the liquor store, a couple additional bullets there, and there are 2 shamblers down here. So we'll show you guys a little bit of gameplay on Survivor taking down 2 shamblers, and I should say I actually only took down 1 in this case because I ran out of bullets and I decided to bail and go scavenge for more before risking death against the second one. So you do just want to keep your flashlight on, use that superhuman hearing or that listen mode, whatever you want to call it. And I love the stun bombs personally. They really mess enemies up, infected and humans alike. They stun them for a long time, and in that case 2 shotgun bullets did take care of that first shambler. And when shamblers die, you do just want to make sure you sprint out of the way because their acidic bombs do burst upon death and can really take you out, especially on Survivor. I think if you're right next to a bomb that goes off on Survivor, you lose at least half your health, so definitely want to stay clear of that. And here you'll see that I'm kind of just avoiding the second shambler. I have nothing left, literally nothing I can use, and I'm not just going to go melee that guy. So I do just run up the steps here, and now there's kind of like a daycare type of building here, and I found a rag but nothing else really. So the game is really not super generous on these higher difficulties, really don't give you much. There is a crafting guide here though, so this was a good reason to come down to the liquor store basement and ascend the steps. You do get another upgrade branch for precision, which is great, so definitely want to make use of that. And I wish I had some more bullets so I could show you guys another great shambler takedown, but unfortunately I kind of just bail and leave from this point. So at this point I do want to head on over to another section of the game to show you guys, rather than just kind of watch me dance around this shambler for a little bit. Looks like he's more scared of me than I am of him, even though it should be the other way around. I have nothing to use against this big boy. So at this point, we are just going to skip ahead to the next section of the game I thought would be fun to go over with you guys. So this little section here in the hospital, this kind of concludes Seattle Day 2 as Ellie, and this is probably my favorite little segment from a combat perspective in the game as Ellie. So we're essentially in this basement of the hospital with red lights blaring, and there's infected and humans around us. And they're onto me. They know I'm down here. Both the infected and humans know that it's really about to go down. And you'll see me just take a lot of damage there by mistake. So I kind of made a big mistake out of the gate there. And luckily, this gameplay actually turned into a nice little montage where I was able to stay alive despite having barely any health against all these clickers and humans alike, even though I got shot a lot at the beginning. So I actually wasted a molly, a rifle shot, and a stun bomb on that clicker. He just did not want to fall down, but luckily he did. And we do pick up a couple additional pistol shots here, which is nice. Take out that clicker. Unfortunately, I didn't get a headshot to stun him, but 2 rifle shots will do the job. And at this point, there's actually a stunned human behind me. I have no idea how he got there. Luckily, I saw him at the last second, otherwise he would have killed me. And there I go, just running with the stun bomb. The stun bomb and melee weapon, whatever melee weapon you have, is just a stellar combination. You can't go wrong, especially on the higher difficulties where ammo is scarce. Just throw a stun bomb in, stun the guy, and just stab him or bludgeon him, beat him. Really, really cool section of the game. Just pop that enemy there with a nice headshot. And I think that's about it. This is just a quick little survival section where I really thought I was going to die. I had like no health, but luckily I was able to make it through just by using my various bullets and items and just using what I had to progress and make it through. So I was really, really happy with that progress at this little section. So yeah, hopefully for you guys out there that either haven't played Last of Us yet or really enjoy watching gameplay of it, hopefully you enjoyed this little Survivor mix-up of some nice gameplay as Ellie in the first half of the game. Just some really violent and just fun gameplay. I really do love this game. It's really special. I think it is probably my favorite PS4 game, and it plays and runs great on the PS5 and might even have the potential to get a little bit better through an update that hopefully will be out somewhat soon. And I do plan on uploading more Last of Us content soon. I know I said in my last video that I was thinking about continuing on with some Control gameplay, but I think at this point I'd rather cover this game a little bit. I did get some really great clips from just my playthrough that I recorded that I think could make for some pretty good videos. If you guys stay tuned, I'll have some more Last of Us 2 videos coming soon on Survivor. And then, like I said, once the Grounded update is ready to go on the 60 FPS patch, hopefully the 60 FPS patch is coming. I'll play through the game on Grounded and hopefully have some even better gameplay to show you guys. But if you liked the video today, please remember to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for much more PlayStation content coming soon. And also remember, I do run a weekly single-player podcast as well called The Sunset Single Player that I did link in the description of the video today. It does go up every Tuesday on Apple and iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, pretty much anywhere that you guys like to listen to podcasts, you'll be able to find me. And in that show, we basically just go over the news for the week, what I've been playing, and much, much more if you guys would like to check it out. But until next time, guys, hope you enjoyed the video today. Hope you enjoy the creepy, eerie hospital aesthetic here as Ellie to wind the video down. And until next time, guys, thank you and take care.